Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Anders Andreen, the CEO of a company called Urbanista. Thank you for joining us, Anders.
Thank you very much, Fred. I'm very happy to be on.
Well, you're a lifestyle audio brand. Give us a little background, first of all, about the company.
Yeah, so the sort of the quick crash course is we're an audio brand from Stockholm, Sweden, and we focus on making good audio products for modern, active, curious people around the world. And looking at the similarities of people around the world, no matter where you're from, you're normally looking for a similar type of equipment to just enhance and improve your day, and that hopefully with the style, with good functionality, and hopefully to a decent cost as well. So we try to cater to the target group and make our brand as relevant as possible with products that people like.
Well, let's talk about some of the products a little bit. First of all, you've got you brand some of your headphones after cities. Tell me about that strategy and what some of the models are.
Yeah, so the brand name is called Urbanista, but essentially that name is actually the name of the people we want to address. So Urbanista is obviously playing around with the word fashionista or a lot of ista. So the idea is that the people who wants to live an urban, active, fast life, then that's the people we address, and obviously doing that with an urban touch. So playing with the city names around the world have been easy for people to understand and adapt to, and also a way to just address the sort of the love to cities we all have at the company. So it's a little bit of a both combination, making it easy for people to understand, and then also just creating the core of the brand itself. And for that matter, the city names do inspire us a little bit. I guess the city was there before the product, but when we create a product, we really name the names according to what we believe stands for the city and stands for the product.
So in the lineup today, you have the Stockholm Plus, the London. These are true wireless earphones. The Paris and the Athens. Is it? Well, let's talk about some of the features. First of all, we've had a look at the Athens. I'll let you give us the rundown of what the features are here. These are designed as more or less sports true wireless headphones, right?
So Athens itself, just to start with the name, where the name is coming from the first ever Olympic Games, which were made in Athens thousands of years ago. So that's sort of where we inspired it and got a lot of inspiration of the athletes who were part of the game back then, obviously without extraordinary audio equipment, but nowadays hopefully helping that. So the product itself is for active people, athletes, just normal sports people or jogging people or whoever. And then we've tried to make it with all the details and features that you might want when you're living an active life. So the product itself, first of all, we wanted to make it waterproof, because if you do like sports, you end up doing it when you sweat a lot, or simply when you do it when you're going out in the rain and so on. So we made it all the way so that you can actually go into the water with them and they won't be destroyed by that. So it's called IP67. So it's really waterproof, even for, I believe, a meter's depth. I think that's one of the key features. Then, of course, the fit into the ear is clearly extremely valuable. First of all, that they don't fall out, and secondly, that you can wear them for a long period of time without being disturbed by them. So we've tried to fit everything inside the round shape, so that nothing is dangling outside the ears, but try to get as much as possible inside the earpieces. And then with silicone wings to make them fit completely perfectly in different sizes, of course, because what I've learned during the years of Urbanista is that there are as many ears as people, or twice as much. So you really have to make solutions that fit as many as possible.
I like that, twice as much. But So these are designed, they don't have the protruding microphones the way other models in your lineup do. Tell us what that means as far as the speech capabilities while you're on the phone.
Yeah, so for any product, it's beneficial to have that sort of stem going out because you're able to play around with the sound with multiple microphones. So for the perfect microphone quality, it's always better with a stem, and ideally as long as all the way to the mouth. But obviously for both aesthetic and in this case ergonomic reasons, you want to keep them as short as possible. So here we removed it completely. It's a Qualcomm chipset with a really good microphone. So I use it for phone calls all the time, and it works well. Is it the best for microphone purposes? No. If that's your primary purpose, then this is not the one. However, it's well enough for most environments. So it's always a trade-off, where if you want the stem and therefore a slightly better microphone, or if you want as ergonomic for the sports as possible. So that's the quick answer.
Well, tell us about the attention that you pay to the quality of the sound and how you go about that.
Yeah, so we as a brand, we want to create what we call the Urbanista sound. So a very clear sound so that you hear all the details, but also with a strong bass. A lot of the people we sell to, who likes a strong bass so that you really get engaged with the music. In Athens specifically, we also increased a little bit further this bass in order to get that extra kick when you run up the last hill. And I think we really managed that. So if you compare Athens to some of our models, it's a little bit heavier on the bass for that purpose, that you really get that kick when you need it. So we try to make it as clear but with a strong bass as possible, basically.
Tell us a bit about pricing here. You mentioned that you try to keep these affordable.
Yeah, I think it's super important. I guess headphones 10 years ago was an investment. You went to buy headphones and to use them at specific purposes. Now headphones is part of your daily life, and most people have multiple headphones. I obviously have many, and that's my lifesaver. I need one in the car, at home, in the office, because I always forget them. So and more so, you might need different for different purposes, and therefore we want the prices to be sort of available so that you can buy an impulse purchase or multiple for multiple purposes. So in this case, we made this packed with all the features at $129, and of course it's still a lot of money, but it's at least a little bit leaner to the wallet than some others in the competition. And there's always a magic to the price. How do you squeeze in as much as possible and still keep an affordable price? And I think that's what we work a lot with, because we want to be available to as many people as possible, but still make really good audio products. So that's the idea. But we should never be amongst the most expensive. Let's put it that way. We want to be available.
And we should point out that that's a suggested retail price. People can find lower prices sometimes online, on Amazon, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always deals in consumer electronics. So, as a consumer, you should always look for the best deal, of course.
Also, new in your lineup are the London earphones. So, tell me about these. These are noise canceling.
Yeah. So, these, just going back to the city naming. It's called London. It's a very busy city. I'm not sure if you've had the chance to visit it. It's to me one of the capitals of Europe, which with a long heritage and a very, very busy, environment. Lots of traffic, lots of happy, active, fast people, and therefore noise cancellation is needed. So it's. That's why we named it so. And an ANC, active noise cancellation, is something we've looked at for so long. You have normally the headphones, which of course Sony and Bose own the space with. We have had one called New York, which in my view have been an excellent product at about half the price. But you also want it on the go. It's not only for being on the airplanes. It's for on the go when you go in the subway, when you walk in the city streets, or if you have a noisy environment with you in your office or home. And so basically, it's that portable ANC we're looking for. So the fact that now development with both chipsets and batteries have come so far, we're finally able to launch a product with active noise cancellation through wireless. And so we're super happy about that in general, because it's a product that has been conceptually on the roadmap for so long. And I believe we're using a chipset which is at least after analyzing the market of chipsets, the front line of noise cancellation, and we are the first, I believe, the first Western brand who have launched a product with that chipset. So we have a DNA of always being fast in development to get products onto the market when people look for them. So London itself is the idea is to be able to delete the world and just sink into your own bubble, but also with a mode called ambient mode, so that you can actually enhance the surroundings. So if you have your earphones in and you don't want to take them out, then you simply put the ambience on, and you can still hear your surroundings and people talking to you. So it's quite neat, and you do that with basically just the press of a button on the earbuds, or touch control, I should say, because there's no buttons. So it's quite a neat and easy to use kind of product. And also on that, we have the in-ear detection, so that when you take one earpiece out, it also pauses the music or YouTube or whatever you're watching. And that's, so it's all about simplicity and make it a nice piece to just use on a daily basis.
And battery life is important on all of these products.
Yeah, I guess it's always something you just want to delete. Ideally, you should have forever. But so on Athens, which is for the long runs, you have a total battery time of 32 hours. So 8 in each, 8 in the earbuds, and then additionally 4 chargers. Sorry, 6 chargers. No, hold on, 4 chargers. And then what we have in London is 5 hours in the earbuds, and then additional 4 chargers, so 5 chargers total, making it 25 hours. And that, keep in mind, this is with ANC on and with 70% volume. So there's always millions of ways to test this, and if you want to extend it, you can have on 10% of the volume, and then you have double the battery time. But this is, I believe, the closest to a standard to measure. So with ANC on and with 70% volume, and with 25 hours, you can really run for a long while without having to charge them.
Well, tell me about your decision to get into this space. Obviously, a crowded market, so you needed to come to market with something different. What differentiates Urbanista?
Yeah, so it's funny that the first few years we were in this business, and now we've done it in 10 years. So I don't want to call us old, but at least we're a little bit more mature. The first few years, everybody looked at me and said, "You're stupid to even get into this," because look, just Google headphones and you will find a reason not to. But yeah, we've at least come quite some bit, and we've established quite a market share in big parts of Europe. So we have managed to get some things through, and we're hoping to, we are growing fast in America, and we hope to grow even faster the coming years. So I guess the recipe, it's always hard to put the finger on it. So maybe this is what I hope the recipe is. And I think we do good products for the value, but also we make the brand and the whole experience pleasant. So we work a lot with both design and how we look and feel when you encounter us, no matter which touch point. But we also work with social responsibility activation. So we try to do different things. For example, all the packaging in London is plastic free. Of course, as you know, Sweden is the country of Greta Thunberg. So we are trying to do our small bit. So just removing unnecessary plastic is important to us. And then we're also doing, for example, a collaboration with the artist Avicii, who after his death, his parents created a foundation to fight mental health called Tim Bergling Foundation. So we've done long collaboration with them, being the main sponsors to his memorial concerts, and trying to just be a brand that, first of all, the people working with us, who just are a very tight family, we're all just happy to be there because we're a brand that we want to stand by, and then hopefully people who wear us and encounter us also feel that it's a brand that you want to belong to. So as I said, I believe this is a strong part of our growth, and how we have had a continuous growth year after year, not just one lucky year, but just a continuous development. And so I hope this is a big part of our recipe.
Well, congratulations on your success. For more information on the whole lineup, because you've got much more than what we've talked about, people can go to urbanista.com, urbanista.com. Thank you so much, Anders, for taking the time with us.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for taking the time.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations, and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.